Greetings and welcome to Elect Connect, a candidate forum brought to you by the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. I'm Mary Morgan, the Chamber's Director of Advocacy and Public Policy, and we'll be talking with Sue Wanzer, a candidate for Monroe County Community School Corporation Trustee in District 2. But before we get started, I'd like to give a quick thank you to our Elect Connect sponsors. Without them, this work would not be possible. Those sponsors are Comcast Business, Bunger & Robertson, the City of Bloomington, German American Bank, Hoosier Energy, Indiana University, and Smithville. And now I would like to welcome Sue Wanzer. Sue, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, and that's an impressive list of sponsors, and I want to thank them too, because it's really important because people usually have trouble finding information on school board candidates, so this is very appreciated.
Oh, good, thank you. I'd like to start by having you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for re-election.
A little bit about myself. I have worked in higher education at Ball State University, Indiana University, Teachers College, Columbia University, and most recently I retired from the City of Bloomington as Deputy City Clerk. And it was during that time that I got involved with the school corporation, and I was a volunteer at Fairview Elementary School, and I thought, if I could do something to help one school, maybe I could do something to help all the schools. And that's when I originally caught the school board bug. And really interesting, Mary, I didn't think I was going to run this term. I really thought, even after the last term, I told people they could recycle their yard signs for me, or I would pick them up from them, but I didn't think I would use them again because I didn't think I would run. But then we have some challenges in our community right now, and it's affecting our school corporation, specifically COVID, a new superintendent coming on board, and what is reported to be some drastic budget cuts by the state legislature in 2022. So I realized that I had the experience and the leadership to help lead through those transitions. Now, understanding, I trust our school board, but a majority of them, 4 of them, have less than 1 term of experience on the board. So I really thought that my experience could provide the stability that we need going into making some tough decisions. And I was on the board 12 years ago when we had to cut our budget drastically when the state legislature cut public education. I'm also concerned about public education. I'm an advocate for public education. And I'm concerned that we have people running for the board who seem to support charter schools. And I oppose charters and money to vouchers, and I have been outspoken about that for years. And so I want to continue so that I can continue the tradition of supporting public education on our school board. I think, I also think that it's important. At one time we didn't have people on the school board with children, and now we do, and that is so important to get that perspective. But I also think it's important for those of us who have no children in school to be a part of it, because 80% of our community has no children at any given time in our schools, and I want to reach to them so they know they have to be invested in public education in our community.
Great.
So that's why I'm running in a nutshell.
Okay, well, thank you. I have a question for you. As students return to school, what kind of feedback are you hearing? And is there anything that you would suggest doing differently at MCCSC based on that feedback?
That's a good question. You got right to the point. Of course, we're hearing a mixture of comments, but like always, we hear mostly from the most outspoken people. The people who have connections, who know how to reach elected officials, who know how to participate in the system. It's harder to hear from those people who don't have the resources or the information to have that input or to know how to do that. So as always, I think it's important that we reach out and listen to those folks too. So what we're doing is certainly our social workers and our principals and our teachers are really reaching out to find out what people need. Now we know, because we've heard it over and over again, we have a lot of people who object to us opening schools and what that would do for the community. But we've also seen that our administrative leadership, as well as the board, they're making decisions based on scientific and medical data, and we're using our state epidemiologist and the state health department and the county health department to advise on what we should do. You know, I might not be the smartest person in the room, but I am smart enough to know what I don't know. So I know I have to listen to the experts. And we have a large majority of our families who have placed their students in person in school, mostly because they don't have the resources to keep kids at home and teach them online. And those are the children I'm mostly worried about. And I want them to have the support that they expect from schools. Whether or not schools were originally designed to provide childcare, it's the way public education has evolved. And people depend on their kids being in school so that they can work to earn money to feed their children. So long story short, I think we've had a lot of different comments. A lot of the yay, okay, you're doing okay comments are very private, and they're afraid to be more public about it. But as with everything in Bloomington, we know we have a variety of opinions.
All right. Well, thanks so much again. As a reminder, we've been talking with Sue Wanzer. She's running for re-election as a Monroe County Community School Corporation trustee in District 2. One final shout out to our Elect Connect sponsors, Comcast Business, Bunger and Robertson, City of Bloomington, German American Bank, Hoosier Energy, Indiana University, and Smithville. And finally, a reminder to vote on November 3rd or to take advantage of early voting if you can, which begins October 6th. For more information on our election and on all the local candidates that are going to be on your ballot, please visit the Monroe County Election Central site at monroecountyvoters.us and at the Chamber's own nonpartisan election resource page, chamberbloomington.org/2020-general-election. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.